Yo, what it do, y'all, man? It's your boy Smackers D, and this is my top 2 plays of the day. Let's get into it. Alright, man, I'm gonna keep this short and simple, but we gotta do the recap, man. Unfortunately, man, as y'all can see, Monday Night Football didn't go our way at all, man. And unfortunately, it was due to the fact that the Vikings were struggling the whole first half. And they couldn't get nothing going up until the second half. And that's when Aaron Jones got this 67.5 rushing receiving yards last minute. And then my boy Hawkinson didn't even get no touches for real, just because of the simple fact JJ McCarthy was struggling the whole time. Like, I can't make this up. And then we got DJ Moore, man. He would have had that 4th reception, but he got hit hard in the end zone and he got taken out the game. And yeah, for the rest of the game, he wasn't in the game. So unfortunately, we did not get it. So we went 1 for 4. But like I say, new day, new play. So let's get into today's matchup, man. We got the Green Bay Packers versus the Washington Commanders, man. I think this is going to be a good game for the running backs. So I like to start off with my boy Austin. So for Austin, right, man, I'm looking at his receiving yards, but I had off the line to 14.5 just because the hit rate is higher than what Green Bay is giving up. Green Bay is giving up 22.9 receiving yards to the running back position. Okay, this man just had 3 catches for 31 yards last week against the New York Giants. You know what I'm saying? And I ought that line to 14.5. Now, the Packers just gave up 46 rushing yards in week 1, which tied them for the fewest in the league. That kind of front usually forces you to attack through the air, you know what I'm saying? So this line matches up perfectly for Austin. I believe he's their most reliable receiving option out of the backfield, and his role as a pass catcher should get bumped here. Like, I think this is honestly a good spot. He already opened the season, like I said, 3 catches for 31 yards, which is really good. And his original line, which was 19.5 opening, he had already covered that line 10 for 15 games. So do I think this is sweat-free easy cash? Hell yeah. I definitely would take him for today for the Thursday night football game, man. I'm really liking this spot here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the PrizePicks, and we're going to take my boy for his 14.5 receiving yards. Like I said, I think this is sweat-free, man. If you want to run it as a single player prop, if you could find it for 19.5 on anything else, I will run this. So we got the 14.5 receiving yards. Next up, I'm really liking Josh Jacobs, man, in this spot right here, okay? So let's go to Josh Jacobs. Okay, if we look at Josh Jacobs, right, I'm going to do another alt line on this player. So on him, I'm going to do 89.5 rushing receiving yards, okay? So he's averaging 97.2 rushing receiving yards. He just had 70 last week, okay? And they're at Washington is giving up 95.9 rushing receiving yards, okay? With that being said, I believe Josh Jacobs should have no problem clearing this 89.5 rushing receiving line against Washington. Washington held the Giants last week to 71 rushing yards, but that's a little misleading, I ain't gonna lie. Because last season they gave up 143.4 rushing yards per game, and that was the 2nd most in the league. Jacobs is a guy who can smash on the ground and give you bonus yards through the air, man. So I think this is honestly sweat-free. He went over his 20 receiving yards in 8 of 17 of his games last year, and he still finished with 1,300 rushing yards. If he gets his usual workload today, 89.5 should be an easy clear. But if we want to further the analysis, man, if we look at Green Bay is giving up at least 49 receiving yards to the running back position, giving them at least 14 receptions a game, okay? I think this is a good spot for Austin, especially here. Now, do I think he's gonna get 14? No, but That 49 receiving yards looks real good, and they're only asking for 14.5. Now, I will show you guys Washington's, man, but unfortunately, it's not here. And I literally was just looking at it, so that's how I even came up with the analysis. But I think the data supports what we're looking for. Prime time, bro, they're giving up at least 103 rushing and receiving yards. The last time that they really was just going under this line was back in 2021. And we look over here, Green Bay is averaging 96.4 rushing receiving yards. Within the last year, he's only gone over this line one time. So I think this is a sweat-free, easy cash, man. I'm going to go ahead and go over here and get my boy Josh Jacobs. And what we're going to do, we're staying away from the regular line. We're going to take his alt line. If I can find him. Okay, boom. So they got him at 94.5. We're going to take him for 89.5 rushing receiving yards. And that still gives us the double up. So with that being said, man, I'm really liking Austin at 14.5 receiving yards, and I'm liking Josh Jacobs at 89 rushing and receiving yards. I believe this is a sweat-free, easy cash. Like I always say, tell it if you like it, fade it if you don't. I'll see y'all boys at the bank tonight, man. I'm out.